Welcome back on this Tuesday as we look at Jonah wrapping up the first chapter. Remember, in the first 6 verses, Jonah got a call to go to Nineveh. He went the opposite way, got on a ship to go to Tarshish. The Lord sent a big storm upon there, and all the men are praying to their gods. Continue with verse 7. And they said to one another, "Come, let us cast lots, that we may know on whose account this evil has come upon us." So they cast lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. Then they said to him, "Tell us on whose account this evil has come upon us. What is your occupation? And where do you come from? Where is your country? And of what people are you?" And he said to them, "I am a Hebrew. I fear the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and dry land." Then the men were exceedingly afraid and said to him, "What is this that you have done?" For the men knew that he was fleeing from the presence of the Lord because he had told them. Great start to this part, right? As we see that they were trying to figure out why this had happened to them. And it said that they cast lots to figure it out, maybe rolling dice, picking short straws. We don't know what it is. And while I don't recommend that this is a good idea to seek God's will here, seek understanding of which direction God would go, this is how they used. And it was pointed out that it was Jonah. Jonah was the reason this had come. They wanted to hear more about him. He said that he was a Hebrew, who feared the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and dry land. We see in verse 9. And the men were exceedingly afraid. They were terrified and wondering what he had done to bring this upon them. And he told them that he was fleeing from the presence of the Lord. They were terrified, thinking that God was going to destroy them. Let's pick it up with verse 11. Then they said to him, "What shall we do to you, that the sea may quiet down for us?" For the sea grew more and more tempestuous. He said to them, "Pick me up and hurl me into the sea, and the sea will quiet down for you. For I know it is because of me that this great tempest has come upon you." Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to get back to dry land, but they could not, for the sea grew more and more tempestuous against them. Therefore, they called out to the Lord, "O Lord, let us not perish for this man's life, and do not lay on us innocent blood. For you, O Lord, have done as it pleased you." So they picked up Jonah and hurled him into the sea, and the sea ceased its raging. Then the men feared the Lord exceedingly, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows. The men tried to do what was right. They tried not to have to throw Jonah overboard, even though Jonah knew that this was what would work, to give him into the hands of the Lord. But they tried whatever they could, and when it would not work, they prayed, saying, "Don't let his blood be on our hands, for we have done what we needed to do." They threw him overboard, and it says that the sea stopped raging. And the men feared the Lord even more, so that they offered a sacrifice to the Lord, and they made vows to him. Now, this doesn't mean that they turned from their other gods, but that they saw the power of the one true God. Again, they were polytheistic, worshiping other gods as well. So what happened to Jonah after he was thrown into the sea? Verse 17. And the Lord appointed a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. That's what happened to Jonah. The Lord was at work. He was at work sending the sea and making it even stormier so that the men would throw Jonah overboard. And then he was at work calming the sea to prove that he was the one true God. He sent that great fish to save Jonah. God was at work saving people, saving Jonah, saving the men on the ship, and ultimately to save the people of Nineveh. That is God's work. And these 3 days in the belly of the fish foreshadow what would happen to Jesus. Jesus himself says that just as Jonah was in the belly of the earth, or belly of the whale for 3 days, so also must the Son of Man be in the belly of the earth for 3 days. God was at work, saving people through Jonah, saving people, saving us through Christ. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I hope you come back and join us as we read the psalm of repentance that Jonah speaks when he's in the belly of the whale. We'll see you then. God bless.